Hi guys, it's me, Chazza HD, and welcome to the watch along for the first ever session in Las Vegas. I hope you guys are doing well. Apologies that the stream has gone live a few minutes later than planned. 5 minutes later, we are still thankfully a few minutes away from first practice getting underway. The reason I was a few minutes from or a few minutes late is because I accidentally fell back to sleep and I literally re-woke up 3 minutes before the original start time and somehow was able to get the stream properly ready, or not entirely ready, as you'll see soon enough, but pretty much ready, despite all of that happening. So yeah, apologies about that. I had a nap basically before the practice session, and I set my alarm, woke up for it, and then just clearly fell asleep. Um, Accidentally, forgot that I was streaming at 4:15. But thankfully, I didn't oversleep too long. So yeah, a crisis averted for the time being. But I hope you guys are all doing well ahead of the first ever session in Vegas, which will be underway in about 7.5 minutes time. And we are going to find out what it is like to drive an F1 car in Vegas. Of course, not properly because we're not going to be in the cars, but you know what I mean. We're going to actually find out for real what these cars are like around this circuit, whether the track temperature, being cold will have a proper effect. Will it make the track very, difficult to drive? We are going to find out. So, yeah. I was just checking something there. Sorry. Yeah. We're gonna, find out in a moment how this is all going to play out, and definitely, I'm interested to see what happens here. What I'm looking out for in this first practice session is not just, what do you call it? Not just, how the cars are handling and whether they're sliding around a lot and having difficulties, getting to grips with the circuit. What I am looking out for is to see whether initially there is anyone who can legitimately put up a challenge to Red Bull this weekend, whether that be Ferrari over a single lap or even, say, McLaren. Because, of course, we have seen in some of the last few races, McLaren have been very, very quick and have been on the pace, if not just not, very far away from Red Bull on pace in the last few races. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how those two teams especially do. We'll see, of course, how Mercedes do, whether they'll bounce back from the awful performance they had on or in Brazil. So, yeah, we'll see how they get on and see if there's any what do you call it? If there's any, say, surprises from the midfield pack. I do think the AlphaTauri team are going to have a good weekend. I think their car's going to be pretty good here. So watch out for them. But you never know. We could get a surprise below that. Maybe even, Alpine or a Williams being very strong here. You never know, as the F1 intro is about to play in a few moments' time. But yeah, just wanted to quickly say as well, hello to all you guys watching. Hope you're all doing well no matter what time zone you're in, what part of the world you're from. Hope you're all having as best a time as possible. And yeah, great to have you here and joining me to watch along or listen along to the events of first practice. And as you can see in the chat, Nib has posted in the chat saying he'll be 15 minutes or so. Nib will be coming on in this practice stream, but as he says, he won't be on for another 15 minutes or so. So probably 10 minutes or so into practice one, we'll have Nib on with us just to, chat and go through the session. But yeah, if my voice doesn't sound great. Again, apologies about that, but I literally woke up about 15 minutes ago. So, yeah, do bear with me when it comes to that. And hopefully the stream, in terms of what you see, is, compared to the other practice watch-alongs we do, hopefully it's not too different from the usual. But yeah, in a moment, when I switch over to my watch-along screen, there is something I'm going to have to adjust for a few minutes to make sure it's properly in position, because I was having to play around with that before I started the stream. But yeah, the F1 intro currently playing. Let me just have a quick read of the chat. Hello to all of you. Hello to Brabham, Kiefer, Yanni, Tracy, of course, Darth Lord Raven, Maximus. Darth Lord Raven asking, "Did you sleep, man?" I did not yet. Yeah, I. The plan for me, I was gonna have like a nap for 2 or 3 hours, which I technically did, and then the plan for me was to wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning, which would have been about an hour before I started, to have some food and get ready for the stream properly. And yeah, ended up waking up 3 minutes before, and somehow only was delayed by 5 minutes in starting the stream. So yeah, the current conditions in Vegas, by the way, 16 degrees Celsius, the air temperature, the track temperature, a bit warmer than some people were forecasting coming to this Grand Prix. It is 18 degrees Celsius. So the track temperature is cold, but it's not too cold. And I don't think it's going to be bad enough for it to present a proper danger to anyone out there. But let's come away from this and go on to the watch along part. And as you can see, the running order on the left hand side, there is an issue with it. For it reset again for some reason, which yeah, I'm not quite sure why it did that. So I just need to adjust it, and I think yeah, there you go. Get rid of that data, obviously, from the last Grand Prix. Practice 1 will be an hour-long session. Of course, there won't be any reserve drivers in this session because it is a new Grand Prix event. The drivers need to get as much experience as they can around this track. So, yeah, it'll be all, the normal drivers. And get ready for when get the timer displayed on screen, and I'll display it at the 59-minute mark. And Nib, if you are listening, just let me know in the chat when you are ready to come on, and I'll bring you on like I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute later. As I can see, a car coming out of the garage looks like a Aston Martin. There is on the TV broadcast Max Verstappen, who of course won the championship about 6 weeks ago now. Feels longer than that. Feels like he won it about 2 or 3 months ago, to be honest. He's nearly 300 points clear of Sergio Perez. Good morning to Cliff and Raymond. Hello, yeah, to all of you. Hopefully you're all doing well. As there is on the broadcast the Las Vegas Sphere, which if you guys don't know about, make sure to go and search that up online in terms of what it's all about, because it is an incredible piece of tech. It's absolutely incredible. As we have got cars on track and the session has begun. I'll get the timer on screen in about 20 seconds from now. See there an Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo have got, I think, Yeah, they've got a different livery this weekend. Their livery colour is now black and white, as opposed to, I think, is it normally a bit black and red, something like that. And there you go. There is the timer for the session on screen. And we have got 59 minutes to go here in practice one. And let me just see if I can readjust the... There you go. Hopefully that's aligned up enough. And yeah, pretty much all the cars coming out onto the circuit, all to do at least an installation lap just to get that first lap in around this track. Get a feel for it, as out comes the world champion of Max Verstappen. And not too far ahead of him, the Ferrari of, I'm not quite sure. I wasn't quite paying attention. As when they exit the pits, they come through what is, I think, turn 2. And then onto the first DRS zone of the lap. Yeah, Max Verstappen just overtaking the Ferrari then. Verstappen out there on a set of mediums. As let me just readjust the text again slightly. And just timer position. Yeah, let me just keep adjusting it so I can get it right. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yanni's saying, I think Sargent will win unless someone else does, like Max, for example. Who knows if this weekend is going to be, one of them crazy race weekends. I mean, hopefully it is, but I'm hoping it's a crazy race weekend for the right reasons, not because the track is undrivable or the conditions are undrivable. That would be a bit silly, let's say, if that was the case. We can see Max Verstappen, I think, now starting a flying lap. Yes, he is. Max Verstappen starting his first flying lap here in Las Vegas. Comes through turn 1 and goes a bit wide. Through turn 2 and 3, as Russell's saying, grip is very low currently. But yeah, in a few minutes, I'm going to be bringing Nib on. So let me have a quick look to see if... actually, in a moment, I'll have a quick look to see if he's ready. But Valtteri Bottas is top of the timesheets with Pierre Gasly second. Not anymore. Esteban Ocon now quickest in the Alpine. So Ocon was quickest. It is now Lando Norris. I'll wait till everyone does a lap time and then I think I'll bring Nib on. So it's Norris, Ocon, Bottas, Zhou, then up in 4th. As Leclerc has done 2 purple sectors. Carlos Sainz has gone with his first lap up to 2nd. By the way, the lap times expected here is about 90 seconds. That's the, I think, the best lap times expected here. As Yuki Tsunoda has gone up to 5th place. Not anymore, because Lewis Hamilton has gone quickest for Mercedes. As Charles Leclerc is about to go quickest in the Ferrari, and I'll let you know what lap time it is in a moment, as Leclerc comes round the final corner to the line. It is a 1:44.0. So if it is true that the best lap times here will be a 1 minute 30-ish type of lap, then yeah, these times are very slow. We'll see, though, ultimately. what the best times will be. As yeah, Charles Leclerc now quickest, and then Max Verstappen in second. Nico Hulkenberg now up to third place in the Haas. Well, he was up to third. It's now Valtteri Bottas. And Esteban Ocon improved once again and gone up to fourth place with Hulkenberg in fifth. Joe is up to seventh place. What else have we got? We've got Russell up in 11th place as Carlos Sainz goes up to third. As Lewis Hamilton there backing off on a cool down lap as Yuki Tsunoda on the medium compound tyre goes up to fourth. Reminder, with the tyres this weekend, the 3 compounds are the 3 softest that Pirelli have. They've gone as soft as possible. Sergio Perez is up to fifth. Actually, no, he's not. As Kevin Magnussen is now second. Now Nico Hulkenberg up to second place in the Haas. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Not sure why. Can't see any cars stopped. Oh no. Looks like, is it a Williams or something? No. I don't know why there's a yellow flag. Unless there's a piece of debris that's on the track. As Esteban Ocon goes up to fifth place. So it's Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Verstappen. And then Ocon in fifth. Here's a replay of Lando Norris going a bit too aggressive over the curbs, and I don't think getting any more lap time out of his lap by doing that. And he was going very aggressive over the through the turn 5, turn 6 area, which is like a mini chicane in a way. There you go. It's a Ferrari on the long back straight, and we have a red flag. Of course, the timer will keep running, and it is. I think is it? No, I think it's Carlos Sainz or Charles Leclerc. It's Carlos Sainz. I thought it was Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz has stopped on track. He's broke down. Steering wheel is off. He's just waiting for the cars to get back to the pit lanes before he gets out. So what a disastrous start here for Ferrari. Already with reliability issues. So what I'll do quickly is I'll just get the order correct, and then I will bring Nib on whilst we've got this red flag. Gasly 11th, Hamilton 12th, Ricciardo 13th, and Joe, Norris, Stroll, Piastri, Albon, Alonso, Sargent, and top 10 correct? Yes, it is. So yeah, we are what, 10 minutes in, and we've got a red flag for Carlos Sainz's stopped car. And let me see now if I can bring Nib on. Just open up my Discord. Oh no, it's not quite ready yet. So yeah, be interesting to see what the cause is. There were fears though coming into this weekend, and those fears will continue for the rest of the weekend, especially in the race, because of how on throttle that final, say, half of the lap is, and how flat out that second DRS zone is. There are fears this weekend, especially with being the end of the season and them, getting a bit low. Certain teams on power unit parts and being a bit close to the edge when it comes to getting a penalty. There are fears this weekend that we could see, um, quite a lot of reliability issues and possible power unit issues because of that very long back straight and Ferrari clearly having some sort of issue there. Uh, let's see if I can find some comments here for the quickly. And yeah, hello to all of you. Hopefully you're all doing well. Um, Dark Lord Raven saying, geez, sorry, my stream is 30 seconds before Chaz. See you tomorrow, friend. Yeah, well, that's always gonna be the case because there's, when you stream on this website, you're always gonna have a 20 to 30-second delay. So, yeah, there's nothing anyone can do about that, unfortunately. But, let me... Right. I'll just read a couple more comments out in the chat. Let's see what other comments here I can read out. Tracy earlier saying, great to hear your voice. Exciting. Cheers for that. Maximus earlier saying, come on, Lewis Hamilton. Darth Lord Raven saying Max is on Time Magazine, so he is world class. Tracy Woodbridge saying, I have been watching since roughly 1976/77. I've missed very few races. Does that mean I am an addict? I mean, yeah, but in a good way, of course. But yeah, that's that's incredible that you've been watching Formula One for how long's that? Nearly, yeah, nearly 50 years. It's 2026 will be about 50 years, wouldn't it? Since you started watching. So yeah, that is brilliant commitment for watching Formula One. And I think it's definitely, for me, it's hard to imagine having watched a certain thing for, for that long, and been that committed. So, yeah, bravo to you for still watching despite, certain lulls in Formula One, that have happened in certain eras. Because I'm not sure I will, I'm not sure. I mean, I started watching F1 in 2011, 2011/2012. I'm not sure I'm going to be watching Formula One, you know, uh, in what, 30, 40 years from now. I'd be surprised if I was, as is a replay of what happened to Sainz. And yeah, some sort of, not explosion, but something at the back clearly went. And then on this, what was it? On the display on his steering wheel, it said turn off. So clearly something big happened, and immediately the car, like, right, turn the car off. So definitely a power unit issue there. I think Nib might be ready. now. Yes, he is. So, all right. Are you all there?
Hello.
Yeah, there you are. How are you?
I'm good, mate. What about yourself? I heard you had a little bit of a extended sleep than more than you
Yeah,
planned.
yeah, about an hour longer. Yeah, I don't know how I woke up literally that close to the stream starting, and it was funny because I looked at my phone and it said 12 minutes past 4, and it took me about 30 seconds to realize I was actually doing a stream. So yeah, uh, somehow got ready and got streaming still. Obviously, what time is it where you're at? Is it what, like 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. or something?
Yeah, 3:45 in the other.
Yeah. Oh god. Um. So for this Grand Prix, what have you thought? I know we've only had what, like 10 minutes of action. I don't know if you've been watching, but just
Yeah, I was.
what have you thought? Your initial thoughts of the track?
It's shit. Yeah, the track is terrible. I'm really not a fan of the layout. Like it's just so Mickey Mouse, man. It's just terrible. It's not a fun track to drive. Like out of actually turn 2 is pretty fun. Like that long sort of right hander before you then go onto the first sort of straight in the first sector.
Yeah.
Like that part is fun. Um, but yeah, I don't find it very enjoyable whatsoever. Uh, and yeah, that was quite weird from Science, right? It just looked like the car actually bottomed out completely, and then it killed the engine.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like, yeah, like he hit a bump too hard and it did something. With this track, the biggest problem I've got with it is, yeah, the flow of the track is really just not good. It's, to me, this track is Baku like in its worst sense. Because Baku is similar for, in my view, not having a good flow. And yeah, I don't think I definitely don't think it's one of the good tracks on the calendar. Um, who knows what chaos it will cause on Sunday, but yeah, the first couple sectors are very, very mediocre. And then the final sector, I mean, yeah, it's flat out pretty fast, but let's hope that the cars are not too spaced apart on Sunday and that they can actually follow well through the first couple sectors. If they can't, then yeah, we're in for a pretty bad race on
Yeah.
Sunday. As well, the track temperatures as well at the minute not as bad as some of the fearmongers were saying it was going to be. It's nearly 20 degrees Celsius as opposed to about 5 degrees Celsius. Helps.
Yeah, well, we've still got another session later on where, of
Yeah.
course, we're going to be further into the night, where it's will probably be colder. But oh, it looks like it was a drain cover. Oh
Oh
dear.
god. Yeah. Great start for the Las Vegas Grand Prix as Carlos Sainz's car now being towed back to the pits, but of course they need to fix that drain cover because that cannot be happening. And as we saw there, it if a car hits drain cover, it's an instant retirement, whatever you want to call it.
FP1 will not be resumed.
Oh god, are you serious?
Yep, Luke Smith just tweeted that FP1 will not be resumed.
What a fucking joke! We've Oh my god. Yeah, with second confirmation on the screen, session will not be resumed. What a fucking joke. Seriously. I can't believe that. Like, 10 minutes of action, a car hits, and then the car hits a drain cover, which obviously is a very bad thing. And there you go, practice one over and done with. What? Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. This better not be an omen for the weekend, because I am not fucking prepared for this. So, the results, guys, of practice 1. I'll go through them quickly. As, yeah, confirmation the session will not be resumed. Charles Leclerc is up quickest from Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Verstappen, Ocon, Russell, Sainz, Tsunoda, Perez, Bottas, Gasly, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Zhou, Norris, Stroll, Piastri, Albon. I think Albon, Alonso, Sargent. I'm not even sure they actually got out onto the track. Yeah, that is practice 1 over and done with. And, yeah. I'll be back in, how long? In about 3 hours' time for hopefully a real practice session. I'll be live. Let me just try and quickly get up my schedule. Yeah, obviously forget what it says at the top there. So yeah, for practice 2, I'll be going live at 7:45 a.m. UK time, which is in about 3 hours from now, for the practice 2 watch along, and let's hope we get an actual practice session in a few hours time. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna bring the stream, unfortunately, to a close. Nib, cheers for coming on for 5 minutes.
We didn't even get to see an actual in live lap when I got here.
Oh God.
I'm glad I had the coverage on my iPad when I was in the shower. Good lord! Otherwise, I would have literally seen nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go, guys. Unfortunate, but yeah. Make sure to join me in just under 3 hours from now, and then we'll get into hopefully a proper practice session. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Bottom right of the screen, you can subscribe right there. We do, qualifying, race watch-alongs, all of that, and we do plenty of content to keep you up to date with everything going on in F1. Make sure as well to smash a like button before you go. We're on 17 likes. Let's try and get as many likes as we can, say 20, 25 plus. And as well, make sure to join my Discord server if you haven't already, as that is a great place to get notifications of my videos, streams, and content updates in general. But guys, until my practice 2 watch along in about 2 hours and 45 minutes from now, it's been me, Chancer HD. Goodbye.